Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tompkins Arena for the featured matchup tonight in the U13AA division. The visiting GT Capitals come in to play the Duffield Devils. Just gonna get through the warm-up here, get things going. The Duffield Devils team wants to thank everybody tonight for coming out and showing support for one of our teammates and a family that is extremely close to the entire team, the Fosters, and Jacqueline, Brian, Riley and Jenna, you're all in our thoughts. As you can tell, the hockey family comes together in times like these, and we want to thank everybody for the outpouring of support. A number of teams have come this evening to welcome the players onto the ice, and a great show of respect before the game with a circle formed at center ice. Underway, Duffield wins the draw back. McDonald fires it in deep. The Capitals look to come out. Leung holds it in the zone. Scoleri pushes it around. Serrani races in to keep it in. Now McDonald tries to get over to it. They push it up on the wall, and the Capitals are able to come out. Now Serrani goes back for it. Christian Serrani in behind his net, fires it up, Sells, tips it, and the Capitals throw it back in deep. Now Serrani chips it up to Scoleri. They go D to D, try and chip it around. Leung now picks it up. Leung from his own zone sends it to McDonald. McDonald leaves it for Sells. A 3-on-2 develops. Sells comes in over the line. Splits the D and has a roll off. Now McDonald fires one off the blocker, and that gets redirected. Cohen pushing it forward now, and the Capitals go D to D and up the left wing side. Harris Peru sends it over to Westover. Westover chips it up to Lansfield. Lansfield has it caught up in the skates of the referee, and now they come into the zone. Oosterhuis chips it up off the boards. The Capitals grab it back and throw it back in. Now Oosterhuis gains the zone on a pass from Westover, and that allows Cohen to race in after it. Now the Capitals look to come out and up the middle of the ice, but Westover grabs it. He crosses center, fires it in deep. They throw it back in behind the net, where the Capitals look to try and set things up. Now Cohen, he's in there holding things. And now they look to come out. Leung tries to force him to push it in deep. Icing has been waved off as Mazza forces Leung. Up the boards, Scoleri tries to chip it up. Now McDonald and Sells try and force the issue. They come back out. Now it goes back in. The Capitals look to go from D to D. Now they come up the middle of the ice. As soon as they get across the center, they fire it in deep. Leung now chips it up the boards. And the Capitals create a turnover deep in the zone. And they try and push it around. Sells now splits everybody. Comes up the middle of the ice. Sends around 2 or 3 and just has it roll off his stick. Now McDonald gives it back to Sells. Roll gets pushed off his stick. Westover fires it back into the corner. Now the Capitals look to get it off the boards and out of the zone. Up the middle, a head man there. Harris Peru comes back to break that up. And now Westover chips it off the boards. They go around to the far side. They push it back in. Westover grabs it. He tries to fire, but that rolls off his stick. Harris Peru pushes it back into the corner so Westover can get it up off the boards. Now they come around. Sells. He pushes a couple of guys out of the way, and Sells looks like he's going to go off for hooking with 6:22 remaining here in this opening frame. Hoopers with a call. A hook. So we'll see the Capitals power play for the first time this evening. They come around, Sereni chips it up. Cohen forcing the issue. The Capitals fire it back in. Now Leung grabs it. Leung from his own zone. That goes off his stick and out of play with an even 6 minutes remaining here in this first period. Face-off's going to come outside. Veteran linesman Max Hickox outside the lines. He's playing the lines. Now the Capitals push it back to their far D, rolls behind him and into their zone. Now they're going to start 185 feet away from the Duffield net, up the middle of the ice. Everybody collapses. A turnover there, a bouncing puck, and then Cohen comes away with it. Cohen has it roll off his stick, and then he fires a backhand down, and they go D to D on the other end. The Capitals look to come out at center ice, try to chip it up, and then Leung corrals it, and he fires it the length of the ice. 1 minute remaining in the power play. Scoleri and Oosterhuis come charging out on the change. Harris Peru grabs it, he fires it off the boards and gets it out, forcing the Capitals back once again. Down the ice it goes, icing's waved off. Harris Peru chips it around. Scoleri chips it off the boards and gets it out and down the ice. 27 seconds remaining. Capitals stretch the ice and go D to D, and then it rolls off their stick. Westover pushes it back, and that allows the D to change. The Capitals look to come up the middle of the ice, and then we have it turn over. Leung fires it forward. Now Sereni grabs it. Sereni takes a look. McDonald and the D get tied up. That negates the icing call. Now they look to come around the other side. Sells out of the box. Leung now goes over to Sereni. Sereni back to Leung. This time they get up to Sells. Just out of the reach of McDonald and Oosterhuis. And then the hard charging. Now Sereni grabs it. Comes back across. Sells to Leung. Leung now from his own zone. Gets it back up to Scoleri. Off the boards there. They chip it around. Looks like Serrani. Now they come back out. They hit McDonald. He gains the zone. He fires his shot. And the goaltender makes a big save there. They come back around the other side. Leung blows a tire. And Harris Peru blocks that. Angelia, and a one-timer just wide of the net. Now they come back around to the other side. It's kicked out there. Rolls past McDonald and gets out of the zone. Now the Capitals look to try and set things up. Sells. Headmans it for McDonald. McDonald fires another shot, and that goes right into the breadbasket of the goalkeeper for the Capitals. And he covers it up with an even 3 minutes remaining here in this opening frame. They win the draw. Harris Peru goes in. A great attempt there as a spinning back pass. Lansfield pushes it into the zone as he was covering up on the point there. Now they come back in. We've got Oosterhuis and Cohen in there. They try and push it around on the wall. And it comes back to the other side. The Capitals look to come out. Harris Peru sends it back to Westover. Westover back to Harris Peru. The Capitals player falls down there, and Westover gets it out of the zone. The Capitals this time just ice the puck. And with 2:09 remaining, we have another face-off deep in the Capitals zone. They win the draw. Oh, looks like Leung's going to get called for a trip as he spun around, looking to maybe disrupt the forwards' flow. And with that disruption and stumbling Capitals player, we got a penalty. So Scoleri and Sells are going to start. Oosterhuis and Serrani. Serrani fires one, that gets out of the zone. Scoleri now gets on his horse and traces down. Sells tries to hold things back as Sells pushes it forward. A big save there by Beta. The Capitals created a turnover and they came the zone. A hard shot whistles just wide of the net. Beneglia in the corner with Sells all over him. He throws it back to the point. They fire a shot, tipped there. Beta steers that one back out. And now they go around. Grado's in the corner with Serrani. Grado comes out. Tries to center it. Sells grabs that one. And then fires a backhand down the ice. 1:10 remaining here in this power play. The Capitals look to try and set things up. And they get in the zone. Now, an icing play there. With 59.1 seconds remaining here in this opening frame, scoreless draw. Scrambled draw there, and they push it back out. Harris Peru wisely picks it up and throws it back into the zone. McDonald looking to kill a little bit of time, and he fires it deep into the zone. Cohen now tries to flush them out and bring them up the ice, and the Capitals gain the blue line. That one gets pushed to the net, and Beta wisely covers it up with 28 seconds remaining in this period. Sells and Lansfield, Westover, Harris Peru. Mazza and Sells on the draw. Sells gets tossed. Hoophoven's not having anything tonight. He's wanting to make them all clean draws. Who can blame him, I guess? Now the Capitals look to set things up from the half wall. Westover knocks that one out of the way, and then it bounces down, and Betas. Bello now sends it back in behind the net. They look for the high man at the point, send it back into the corner, running out of time here with only 5 seconds remaining. That one goes off the outside of the post. The buzzer sounds and Duffield dodges a bullet to keep it 0-0. The penalty to Leung is over, and we're going to skate into the second period with the same as the start of the first, 0-0. A capacity crowd here tonight, as we said earlier, with an injury to Riley Foster. There's been a huge outpouring of support. Everybody that showed up tonight and all the messages. I know the Duffield family wants to say thank you very, very much. Apologize if I'm struggling to find the right words tonight, but we're here for you. 28 and family. And we've got a short bench with a handful of other injuries over there as well. So a two-line game tonight. The Capitals, we know, are fighting for their playoff lives, so they're going to bring everything tonight, as there's 4 teams battling for the final 2 spots. Now, they come in the zone. McDonald fires another shot, and the goaltender covers that one up once again. 14:40 remaining in the frame. Murphy with a big save there. They look to send it back. Leung moves in, hits it to Sells. He tips it just wide of the net. Serrani. They briefly hold it in the zone, and then it comes all the way out. Leung now comes back, takes a look. He fires it around the boards. McDonald tries to tip that. The Capitals player pushes it back forward. Now they come back the other side. They hit Scoleri. Oh, and just missed Scoleri as the forward or the defense for the Capitals. Russo stopped that one up. Icing has been waved off as that went through Russo's skates. Now Panetta comes back from his own zone. Hits Mazza. Mazza and Panetta play catch. Rolls off their stick. Leung throws it over to Serrani. He gets it up to Cohen. Cohen gains the zone, fires it in deep, and Lansfield gives chase with Panetta. They go into the boards, and the Capitals look to reverse things and send it out the other way. Westover fires it back in deep. Now Lansfield tries to get things going, and now they come back around the other side. A shot there just wide of the net. Harris Peru now moves in. Harris Peru with a backhand just wide of the net. Comes back around the other side. Westover can't grab it before it gets out of the zone, and they go all the way down the ice. Westover tries to hit Oosterhuis. He was trying for the tip so he can hit Lansfield. Now he sends it back over to Harris Peru. They fire it back out, and the D play catch. Now Westover grabs it from and he hits. Going over to the far side, and a shot just over the net by Oosterhuis. Now Cohen takes a look, sends it in front. Lansfield looking for a tip. He's behind the net. Oosterhuis. He can find Serrani at the point. Back into Oosterhuis. Oosterhuis turns on the half wall. In behind the net. Sends it around for Cohen onto the other side. Cohen tries to get it back to Leung. He seals it off. But there's a collision there. Mazza just gets it out and down the ice. And we've got another icing with 12:19 remaining here in the second period. Face-off's going to be to the right of Murphy. Sells on the draw. They win it back. Leung fires it in around McDonald. Tries to skate into it. Abate grabs that, and he throws it off the boards. Now Serrani sends it back. McDonald takes a look. He was looking for Leung, but he's got that intercepted. Now McDonald goes back in behind the net. Reverses it for Sells. Sells now takes a look. From his own zone, Sells tries to hit McDonald. It goes offside there. Now Leung. He skates into that. Gets caught up there. Sells and Scoleri. Scoleri fires it in deep. Bimback goes back for it. Bimback pushes it around and Scoleri grabs that. Now Scoleri was trying to center it. Grado grabs it. He throws a backhand off the boards and Westover picks it up and sends it over. Harris Peru using every part of his body to try and keep it out of the zone there. Even one off the shoulder. Now they look to come back. Westover leaves it for Sells. Sells back to Westover. He throws it over to Harris Peru. He eludes the first guy and he's coming charging right up the main street. Just gets thrown off course there at the last second, and with 10:57 remaining, we'll have a face-off just outside the Capital zone. Westover fires one just inches wide of the net. Murphy lets it go. And now they look to try and set it up, and they comes back out to Westover. Lansfield tries to chip that off the wall, but he's surrounded by Capitals. And they fire it back in the zone. Serrani goes back for it. Serrani reverses course. Lansfield skates into it in the corner. Tries to chip it up the wall and out with a soft curl. That negates the icing. And the Capitals grab that. That's Bello, sends it up to Mazza. He fires a shot just wide of Beta. Now they look to come back the other way. Lansfield hits Oosterhuis. He's looking for some help. Anybody coming? And McDonald comes in. McDonald just misfires there. Now they come back the other way. Leung now comes up. Leung leaves it for McDonald. He fires one off the mask of Murphy. They try and keep it in the zone. They're doing everything they can. Now Leung. And one just off the post. McDonald back to Serrani. A tip shot there. A bouncing puck. And Parate skates away with it for the Capitals. He fires a low shot just wide of the net. It comes back out. McDonald skates into it. Sends it up to Scoleri. Scoleri tries to get it, and they just push it back out. Now Serrani sends it back to Leung. Leung takes a look. It's Scoleri. Scoleri now gains the zone. Scoleri just has it roll off his stick, and they fire it around once again. Albanese skates into it. Albanese sends it out, and Leung grabs it. Leung now takes a look, gains the zone. He fires a shot just over the net. McDonald tries to corral that, rolls off his stick, and now they come back the other way. Scoleri drives wide. Nathan Scoleri in deep. Reed grabs that. Reed now looks to come out of the zone. And now they get it out once again. This time Harris Peru grabs it. Harris Peru over to Westover. Sells. Tries to get around a couple. Scoleri, he skates into it. Now Sells. Sells takes a look. All the way in and around the net. Sells fires one just over the net. That goes wide once again. Now Rado fires it out and down the ice. Icing has been indicated with 7:56 remaining here in this second period. Face-off's going to be to the right of Murphy. Duffield comes out with Cohen, Lansfield, and Oosterhuis. Push it back. Westover fires it in and around. Bimbat tries to hold that. Oosterhuis and Bimbat are in there. Bimbat eludes a handful, sends it up to Shapira. He headmans it. And now the Capitals look to try and come away with it. They gain the zone, but Duffield collapses, doesn't allow them to get very far. Harris Peru blocks everything off. Tries to get it out, but the Capitals just keep it in the zone. Now Westover reverses it for Harris Peru. He's able to skate into it. He's got a couple of seconds and some time. They fire it down, and he wisely keeps it close enough to the defenseman to negate the icing. And now Bimbat. Lansfield creates a turnover. Lansfield and Murphy with a huge blocker save as Lansfield was trying to catch her going the other direction. Now Cohen takes a look. Cohen throws one out in front. They send it back in. Serrani fires a shot. That one's tipped. Murphy covers it up as it bounces into the pads. And with 6:51 remaining here in this second period, Sells, Scoleri, and McDonald. Sells pushes it back. Scoleri just bounces off his stick. They chip it around the D and try and skid into it, but Leung goes back just in time. Johnny Leung now, with a little bit of space, reverses it for Serrani. Then they come back the other side. A turnover there by the quick-thinking Capitals. And now they try and send it back out. Leung blocks that one. Now Johnny Leung sends it up to Sells. Sells gains the zone, hits McDonald. He tries to push it in. Sells with a tip just wide of the net. Scoleri now pushes it around into Sells. Now Mazza, he tries to push it all the way around. Leung skates into it. Leung sends it back. McDonald lets it go, and now Sells grabs it. Sells with Pineda all over him. They get it back. McDonald gives it to Leung. He fires a low shot. Tip just wide there by Scoleri. Now McDonald goes in. He throws it back. And Graves grabs it. Now they send it back in. McDonald tries to fire a shot. Scoleri grabs that. Scoleri from the corner. They send it back to Leung. Leung into Scoleri. He comes across. Mazza picks that one off. And Leung skates down and grabs it. Icing has been indicated by the linesman, and with 5:30 remaining in this second period, we'll have a face-off to the left of Murphy. Harris Peru now from his zone, goes back, pushes it off the boards to Westover. Now they're trying to get it out of the zone. Westover grabs it, chips it off the wall, and they come away. The speedy Cohen comes down, tries to get around two, and just runs out of real estate. Now Oosterhuis grabs it. Oosterhuis from the corner. Mangilla in there. Now look, Oosterhuis. Oosterhuis surveys the situation, sends it back in. Mangilla and Cohen are battling for it. Mangilla headmans it. Albanese up the middle of the ice. He's trying to get around Westover. Westover's content to push him to the outside and rub him into the boards. Cohen comes back to support. Now they come back the other way. Westover chips it back out. Bimbat throws it back in. Westover takes a look. Sends it up to Lansfield. Lansfield tries to chip around a couple. Cohen grabs that, and that'll allow all 5 of them to go off and make a change. Abate now goes back and turns in his corner. He takes a look. Scoleri tries to flush him out. Now Bello headmans the puck. That gets through everybody, and Leung grabs it. Leung now takes a look. Tries to reach McDonald. Just out of his reach, and that's going to be an icing. So with 3:48 remaining, it's still a scoreless draw. And we'll have a face-off to the right of Beta. I'm not sure if you could fit too many more people into this arena tonight. I tell you, this is an enthusiastic crowd. Now McDonald looking to try and get around a couple. He fires one just over the net. Once again, probably about 2 feet over the net. Sells on the draw. They push it forward. Now McDonald comes in. Sells, skates into it. Sells to Scoleri. And just misses the net. Leung now leaves it in for Sells. Sells takes a look. Sells chips it back to Leung. Leung back into Sells. Rolls off his stick. Scoleri skates in. Scoleri sends it back to Sells. They get it back to Leung. Over to Serrani, just rolls off his stick. And now Serrani sends it back to Leung. Sells. Gains the zone to McDonald. And he throws another one off the mask of Murphy. Leung now with a shot. That goes off a skate and whistles out of play. .245 remaining, face off to the left of Murphy. Both teams making changes. Cohen on the draw. Mangilla throws it to the corner. Oosterhuis and the winger fight over it. Cohen comes in to help out Oosterhuis. They rub him out of the play. That's Del Nero. And now the Capitals' Russo comes away with it. He headmans it. Up to Albanese. Albanese forwards to the guy coming straight down the slot. They tie up that stick and negate that shot. Now, Oosterhuis hits Lansfield on the far side. Russo cuts that one off and sends it back the other way. Harris Peru skates into it. He uses the net to his advantage and reverses it for Westover. He goes high and off the glass and out and down the ice. Enough curl that it's not going to make it. So Cohen pushes forward. He gets tied up with Russo, and Mazza comes away with it. Oosterhuis holds it on the wall. And now they just get it out and down the ice. They chip it off the wall. Westover pushes it forward. They go crashing into the boards down there. Nobody's worse for wear. 1:30 remaining here in this second period. Now they look to headman it. It's picked off there by the Capitals. Beta pushes that one aside, and then they get it out of the zone. Harris Peru knocks that down, takes a look from his own zone, fires it out of the zone. The Capitals look to come in once again. It's getting rough out there now, folks. Now they come back in the other side. Westover reverses course, tries to get it back out. A low shot. Westover tips that one just out of harm's way. And now they go back in. Cohen's in there and Westover. They look to try and come away with it. And now they get it up and out of the zone. Now we got Lansfield. Sends it in just out of the reach. Mazza with Bimbat. Sells looking for turnovers. Sells tries to get it around to a couple. Sells sends it back to Serrani. Serrani now takes a look. Comes across. A high stick there. And with 18.3 seconds remaining, Duffield's going to go on the power play. Mazza is getting told for the trip, I believe. Sells, pushes it back. They come back into the other side. Sells over to Leung. Into McDonald. He turns and fires. Now Serrani sends it in. Scoleri. Scoleri tries to center it. That one just rolls out of harm's way. And we're going to skate into the third. The same way we started the first and the second. A 0-0 game here today. It is a goaltender's battle as Murphy and Beta are stopping everything, and they will. Thanks for calling, bud. They give each other the high five. The goalie fraternity, I tell you, it's tight. All four of them are out on the ice tonight supporting each other. Yeah, gotta love it. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming.
Recording the game?
We have a lot of Mississauga Beast, Mississauga North Stars. Obviously, we've got the Capitals here. We've seen Streetsville. We've seen the Mississauga Jets. We've seen some Vaughan Rangers, some Rattlers. We've seen some Panthers. Every single team. I apologize if I've missed you. We do really appreciate everybody coming out tonight and watching this great affair and supporting the teams. Now McDonald sets it up for Sells. Sells gets it over to Leung. Leung gets it back to McDonald. McDonald now gains the zone, tries to set things up. Reverses it into Scoleri. Scoleri now takes a look, sends it back. It goes back to Leung. Leung into McDonald. McDonald heads back to Leung. Bounces off the wall. McDonald can't get it, and the Capitals fire it out and down the ice. Serrani now goes back for it. Serrani in behind the net. Looks to set things up. Scoleri skates into it. Scoleri, then he uses speed now, comes right up the middle of the ice, gets around a couple, drives wide. Scoleri to Sells. A great save by Murphy once again. Now they take a look. They come back to the other side. Leung into Sells. Sells into Scoleri. They look to set it up. And the Capitals grab that. And it just gets out of the zone. Leung now, from his own zone, gets it up to Sells. Sells gains the zone, sends it back. McDonald with some space, just rifles it over the net. Scoleri now, back in once again. They send it back into the far corner. Sells now, skates into it. Sells takes a look, comes back in the corner, sells, sends it back in. Now Serrani, he fires a shot, that hits a body. When it comes to McDonald, he turns, fires, that hits another body. They get around a couple. Now Scoleri up the wall, runs out of real estate there. Now they come back once again. Serrani grabs it, reverses it for Harris Peru. Just misses him. Now Harris Peru with a couple on him does his best to get it out. Now Cohen grabs it. Cohen takes a look. Cohen has that bounce off Bello. Now they're getting in there. They've got a couple of tired bodies on. Now they come back the other side, and it just gets out. Lansfield using his big frame and just charges right down the wall and connects and gets it out of harm's way. Harris Peru on the wall. Joined there by Lansfield. Harris Peru gets it out of the zone. Now Hickox in the way there. He blocks that one. Harris Peru leaves it for Westover. Westover headmans it for Cohen. Just bounces off his stick. And now Oosterhuis grabs it and he fires it in the zone. He gets on his horse and he goes into the corner, sends it back to Sells. Sells gets around one, fires a shot. Murphy steers that one back into the corner. Now Lansfield in there with Sells. They take a look and get it back to Westover. He moves, walks the line, and just has the puck bounce out and over the blue line. Sells on the draw. They push it back. McDonald gains the zone, but he rolls it back into the middle of the ice, looking for somebody there, but it rolls off and the Capitals turn out the other way. Serrani reverses it to Scoleri. He chips it up to Sells. Sells now looks to drive wide. And he goes, he fires a shot, and a huge save by Murphy with 10:54 remaining to keep it scoreless. I have a feeling that if you're going to beat one of these goaltenders tonight, it's going to have to be a perfect shot. They are bringing their A game tonight, folks. Checking and making sure everybody's ready to go. Now they throw it back. Leung holds it in the zone. Sells with a one-timer. Murphy once again equal to the task. Sends it into the corner. Now Scoleri tries to come in to help out. Leung sends it back to Sells. Then they send it across. A bouncing puck in there, just rolling around, and now Serrani throws it back to Leung. Leung fires a low shot. That one's tipped and just over the net. Now Leung takes another look, sends it in, back into the corner. Scoleri in a good battle there. Now Leung grabs it once again. Leung fires a shot. That one goes off a shin pad, a goaltender's pad, and somehow stays out. Leung gets it back into Sells. Back into Scoleri. Now they fire it back around. And that one finds the back of the net. Not sure what it hit, but it looks like it might have been McDonald that redirected it with 9:56 remaining. Leung with a shot, and it was in the back of the net. 1-0 Duffield. Those are the kinds of shots and tips and everything else that you're going to need to beat these goalies tonight. Now, Cohen in the corner. Joined there by Oosterhuis. They come back around to the far side. The Capitals turn it off the wall. Westover skates back for it. Now Westover reverses court. Shapira picks that up. Fires it. Cohen with the block. Now Lansfield skates away with it. Headmans it for Cohen. Cohen gains the zone. Finds Oosterhuis and he rings one off the post. Harris Peru now looks to keep it in the zone. Spins and a great retreat there to make sure it doesn't come the other way. Harris Peru and Westover play that one perfectly and keep it in the zone. Now they come back. Leung now grabs it. Johnny Leung sends it back to Sells. Sells gains the red line. Takes a look and we've just got a step offside. And with 8:35 remaining in the game, we'll have a face-off outside the Capitals zone. Sells wins it. Scoleri leaves it for Serrani. Now Scoleri chips it off the boards. They look to set things up. Leung skates into back. Johnny Leung now moving around, sends it over to Serrani. Serrani finds Sells. McDonald misses the one-timer. He sends it back to Sells. Back to Leung. A bouncing puck there. And with 8:10 remaining in the game, Duffield is going to go back on the power play. Sells pushes it back. They try and get things set up now. Leung grabs it. Leung into Sells. Sells fires one just wide of the net. Serrani skates over and he holds it in the zone. McDonald skates into it, sends it into Scoleri. Sends it back. Scoleri and McDonald. Now they bring it back the other way. McDonald fires one right off the shin pads there. Now they take a look once again. McDonald tries to get it back and it rolls off his stick and the Capitals come away with it. Serrani has to haul down that man and that's going to bring the power play to a close. Sometimes you got to be a little more forceful with those passes. Otherwise, they'll lead your teammates to taking a good penalty to a degree. Beto with a big save. Now they come back the other way. Westover. Off the glass to Cohen. Cohen chips it forward and gets it out to center ice. Now the Capitals look to try and come in the zone. Westover looks to hold them to the outside. Cohen skates into it. Lots of real estate there. Cohen up the wall. He's going to turn on the Jets. He tries to get around the D. They just poke that one forward, but Harris Peru picks it up and sends it back to Westover. Harris Peru and Westover play catch, and he chips it off the wall. Now the Lansfield and Westover holds them to the outside. Angela now in the corner. The D for the Capitals have changed, so they got some fresh legs coming out. 25 seconds left before we go into some 5-on-4. They take a high shot, and Beta makes a big glove save with 6:30 remaining here in this third period. We'll have a face-off. We got 20 seconds left in the penalty of the GT Capitals and 58 seconds remaining. Scoleri pushes it forward. He blocks one and Leung skates into it. Johnny Leung looks to separate. Now they're just content to kill a little bit of time. Sells goes back for it. Sells sends it over to Oosterhuis. Oosterhuis pushes it across, and now Sells gains the zone, sends it in, just rolls off his stick. Now they're in the corner. 25 seconds left before we get back to 5-on-5 action. Serrani's going to come out of there like a bullet. Now it comes back. Leung with a shot. Scoleri spins and fires. 10 seconds remaining. And now Sells sends it back to Leung. And this time they fire it out and down the ice. Now they look to come across. And the Capitals try to gain the zone. Sells disrupts that play. And now Leung. Leung gets around a couple. Into the corner he goes. He's driving deep in behind the net. Sends it back to the other side to McDonald. McDonald now sends it back to Sells. Sells dances around a couple. Rolls off McDonald's stick. And then he comes in. And he fires one off the blocker. And now they come back the other side. Leung takes a look. He's getting bothered, sends it around to the far side. Sells, joined there by Cohen. Now Cohen sends it around to Oosterhuis on the far side. The Capitals briefly push it in, and now Sells gets it up and out. They tip it in front, and it goes into the corner. Now McDonald, he looks to try and get one out and down, but the Capitals' defense hold that in. Sells grabs it again in the corner. He eludes a couple of guys, and he's able to come up the middle of the ice. Sells looks to get around a few, and then Oosterhuis and Cohen are in tight, and Murphy comes up big with about 3 saves with 4:03 remaining in this third period. Sells. And the Capitals push it to the far side. Westover keeps it in. Fires it just wide of the net. Lansfield sends it back to Harris Peru. Harris Peru fires it back into the zone. Now the Capitals look to try and come up. Harris Peru forces them to fire it in deep, but it doesn't get very far. Now there's 3 of them in there trying to turn things around, and it comes back to the other side. Westover pushes it into the corner. Harris Peru rubs Reed out, and it goes to Sells. Sells now gets it up to Scoleri. Back to Sells. Sells gains the zone. Drives around a couple. And he fires it low and just inside the post to make it 2-0 with 3:17 remaining. Sells and Scoleri played a little bit of catch there, give and go, and then away she went. Down the ice, a great play all around. The Capitals win the draw. Now they look to try and set it up, but trying to hold them out of the zone. Mazza sends it across. And a huge glove save by Beta with 3:03 remaining. Now the Capitals look to set things up. Bello in the corner. He's trying to shake Cohen, who's all over him. They send it back out. Now they come to the D, a block shot, a bouncing puck, and then they come away with it. Now McDonald headmans it for Oosterhuis. They all kind of go crashing down. Now Leung And then the Capitals look to come away. Now McDonald comes up the middle of the ice, rolls off his stick. He tries to fire it in deep. And now they come around the other side where Oosterhuis tries to hold it in with Leung. Leung sends it into Oosterhuis. They all come collapsing on the wall. And down they go. Into the corner, the Capitals looking to try and throw everything at them here. Johnny Leung now leaves it for Serrani. Serrani up the boards to Scoleri. Scoleri, he gets pushed down. And then a couple of bodies go down. We've got an injured Capitals player on the ice. And with 1:27 remaining here in the third period, with the Capitals player slowly getting to his feet. Hopefully no worse for Larry. We never want to see an injury. A rousing applause as he skates off under his own power. So with 1:27 remaining in the game, Duffield holding a 2-0 lead. We know that we're going to have everything thrown at them here, including the kitchen sink, as the Capitals are fighting for valuable points in the standings. Sells on the draw. A beat goes off as we thought the goaltender was being pulled. Now they push it around, they fire it deep. Murphy comes charging out of the net, and the sixth attacker comes on. Sells now. Grabs it, comes up the ice. Sells, hits center ice, tries to get around the D, gets rubbed out of the play. Now he's into the corner, and they're just going to try and pin him on the wall. They center it back out. Scoleri tries to grab it and send it around. The Capitals do what they can to get it out of the zone. Westover turns, fires it off the boards. Lansfield tries to push that forward. They're all charging hard after it. And then they come back around. Westover grabs it. Now Sells from his own zone. Sells down the ice. It's into the defensive shin pads. And now they come the other way and they fire it in deep. Beta quickly covers that up, and with 21.3 seconds remaining in this game, we'll have a face-off to the right of Beta. They'll be drawing this play up. Cohen on the draw. Hickox making sure nobody's cheating on the draw. They push it back. Leung, he grabs that one, sends it out, and now they push it up. Into the zone it goes. The Capitals turn and come the other way. They push it into the corner. They're going to let The buzzer sound. And with that, Duffield wins one for 28. 2-0 Devils. Once again, a great game this evening by these two great teams. And we want to thank everybody for coming out. Once again, we will see you in the next game on Saturday against the Faustina Toros as that'll draw the season to a close. Wherever you're tuning in from, good morning, good evening, good night. Elvis has left the building.